sort of making things that are very similar to Ponzi schemes, but slightly different, and can be very useful for some use cases. So basically what we take advantage of is something called a recursive incentive structure. So this is a very good way, and it's also just a fancy way of saying a pyramid scheme. It's slightly different, but it's a very good way of taking advantage of your network. So it's basically something like this. Imagine that I have some task, right, and I'm person X, I'm green, then I give it to a couple people, so maybe I give it to Calvin, right, and then Calvin refers it to someone else, and maybe they refer it to another person, and then finally there's someone that solves the task that I put out, and instead of just giving all the money to a single person, we use this recursive structure where, imagine that I allocate $4,000. The way it would look is that person C, who finds the task solver, solves the task themselves, gets $2,000. Person B will get $1,000, and person A will get $500, and the other $500 is unclaimed. But imagine we had another layer, then we would give $250 to the next person, we have $250 unclaimed, and basically each layer you sort of divide by 2, and up to a maximum of $4,000 to be spent. So the specific thing we were trying to do is to make something like this. So imagine I write an article, and I want people to share it for me, right? And I also want to pay out, so I basically also want,
There you go. So yeah, this is basically content reading. So we have the writer who writes the content. He will always decide the terms of the contract, so to say. So, for example, in this case, he says that 50% of all tips is gonna come to me. But this structure works like this. So imagine we have person A, B, and C here. They basically, if we start with A, so he wants to buy a share from the writer. So he buys a share and then he shares it on his social media. For example, if I'm person A, I want to share my share to Raj because I think Raj will benefit from reading this. And actually he does, so he tips. And this tips goes through me to the writer, so I take part of the money there. So basically it works, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. So when Raj also, when he likes the content, he basically tips, and it also means that he gets a share. So yeah, he will get a bigger share than I will get because he's like closer to the tipper. And yeah, we hope that this will incentivize sharing of higher quality content.
So we didn't get to actually implementing the entire thing, and basically Nicholas and Chad, who are also on our team, worked on a separate path, and basically what it was meant to do is have some content, and then if you click Crush Pay, you can throw money at it and get maybe your share and share it with someone else and have some sort of structure. But basically we just got to this part, and we couldn't finish all the way up to having payments yet. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yes.
So is that the writing, is it the content that you put in your example as something that you can share, buy a share of?
It's not like shares and yes, basically. It could be any content. So I guess it would also be efficient to share content on how to share content using recursive incentive structure too. Yes?
Can you just repeat one more time? What happens if I click Crush Pay here?
So basically with Crush Pay, you would pay a small amount, and through that you get the right to share it with someone else. And then imagine you buy it, use Crush Pay, you can share it with Calvin, and if Calvin likes it, he'll click Crush Pay, and you can share it with someone else, but you get rewarded. Yes.
You can't just copy and paste the content and share it.
You could sort of do that. That's the thing that we were sort of not sure about. There's a couple ways you could do it. So imagine that I see some extremely high quality content, really, really good, right?
Maybe research people and say you can't.
Yes.
You can't.
Well, no, there's another way to mitigate this. So I find a research paper I really like, and I pay 1 cent for the right to share it. And then I tell Calvin, I have this wonderful paper, you pay me 5 cents, I'll show it to you. And then Calvin pays 5 cents, and he sees if he likes it, all is well and good. If he doesn't like it, he never trusts me again if I ask to share another paper with him. And I think the hope would be that maybe if you have really large influencers, They could try to do this on a large scale. They could try to share material, and if people like it, then they keep going back to them for new material and they pay to see the content. But if they don't like it, they just don't go again. So you might think, okay, but you're making people pay for content that was already free. But what you're paying that 5 cents for isn't really for the content itself. It's for the effort I took to share it with you, and you're also just rewarding the author for writing the content.
Oh, okay, because you said 50% of the share will always go to you.
Yes. But all of these like sort of economics can be tweaked and they have like different effects.
So every time something is shared, the half of that amount goes to the author, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I think you can control that pretty easily.
Yeah, you can make it less, you can make it more, it's really up to you.